What is good, YouTube? This is Vortex. I'm back with another review of Hunter x Hunter 1999 original version, episode 60 here. This is my review of this episode. I love this episode. Let's talk about it. My reaction to episode 60 is pinned in the comment section below. Be sure to click that link, watch my reaction, and come back and watch this video, this review. Let's get into it. Title of the episode was called Kurapika, Assassination Team, and Zoldyck, where it was just a whole bunch of stuff that happened in this episode for today that I really just enjoyed. I enjoyed the fact that Gon and Killua were in the midst of fighting Hazama here, just like outsmarting him somewhat, but at the same time we got a chance to see him use his nen, where he was, what it seemed like, it looked like he was using his nen as like as a sonar. We talked about, you know, a specific master being able to pinpoint specific stuff here in the episode, but all in all it was just centered around Gon and Killua outsmarting Hazama here in episode 60, where they were able to escape from his clutches, but at the same time, you know, with that they did touch on a little bit of Kurapika being the chain man that the Phantom Trouble going after, but Killua was the one that actually picked it up, but Gon, he didn't. You know, we know that Gon isn't that, you know, smart as of a kid compared to Killua, who's been trained in these specific areas when it's pertaining to these specific things. But you know, with that, I did still indeed enjoy the moment of them escaping, but when we also tackle the fact that, you know, Kurapika was around, you know, the specific crew that were hired by the 10 Dawns to be able to go after and take out the Phantom trope, that they had this specific discussion in this room, and originally they wanted them to come up with teams. They wanted them to keep people were talking about having not using the real names, but having like code names, but both Killua's father and grandfather, Silva and you know, grandpops, were here, basically letting it known, like, you know, hey, you know, we're here, but we're not going code names, we're going on real names. This is who we are. And then of course, you know, the specific people in the room were specifically just like, oh, well, you all are specifically, you know, the Zoldyck people, you know, this, that, and the third. And they're like, yes, this is who we are, but you all can do what you want to do. We don't take on rules and regulations and stuff like that. We do our own thing. But at the same time, Kurapika sort of, I felt like he definitely did lean towards what Zoldyck were talking about, where he was just saying, like, you know, like, yeah, it's cool that, you know, we can team up and do things together, but it actually will be more beneficial, more specifically for me, that I go solo here when it's pertaining to this mission and going after the people. And of course, we know why. The reason is of him saying that in the midst of this scene here, that is of course when it's pertaining to his family and his lineage's eyes. But also too, I did enjoy Crollo here coming after the boss's daughter. Now again, we did get the short scene where Kurapika got hit up. You know, they called him and tell him that, you know, the boss's daughter escaped. She basically did indeed have a conversation with Crollo here in this episode, where she just basically told him that, you know, that she slipped through their fingers, that she went shopping with them, you know, well they had them take her shopping, and then she bought all these clothes but switched them out. Looks like she even wore like a wig or something, because her hair color was different compared to what it is later on in the episode. But you know, specifically that she did this to be able to escape, but Crollo here finds her, pulls her off to the side, they go get a drink, and then that's when we get a chance to see her using her nen power, because he basically tells her, like, hey, I heard that you can become a fortune, you know, you can tell people's fortunes, could you tell mine? And I find it interesting that, you know, per what she wrote down on this tablet here, that it is in poem form, like she told him, but that the fact that, you know, it was, like she said, it was stuff that happened and probably is gonna happen. It brought him to tears, because it was what was said in this thing, and I can't really paraphrase what it was talking about specifically, but I do know that it touched him at the core of his being. You know, there was blood being spilled per this poem, per the images that were being shown, you know, talking about his crew, talking about himself. I want to say all in all, wrapped up in this poem was a past, present, and future of what was yet of what happened, what is occurring now, what is getting ready to come. And it brought him to tears because of the fact that at the end of the episode, when he's walking with her as they're leaving that place, that, you know, he brings up his friend. He said he made a promise to this person, and she asked him what it was, and then he knocks her out swiftly. She sees it coming too, which is even more interesting too in the scene. But he knocks her out, and he acts like, you know, of course he acts like, you know, shock and all, like something's wrong, blah blah blah. But he literally says that, you know, the requiem is about to begin, and that is basically calamity and all this other stuff that he really wants. And it's something that popped in my head specifically was, you know, Joker's line, Alfred's line when it's pertaining to Joker in Batman Batman The Dark Knight, where Alfred tells Christian Bale's Batman that, you know, some people just like to watch the world burn. And that's symbolism to me, per the scene, per what Corolla was experiencing, including in that poem, that this is what I feel is indeed what he, you know, Corolla wants at the end of the day. And all in all, I really enjoyed episode 64 today, guys. I really enjoyed it a lot. Definitely let me know your thoughts on episode 60 for today. I really enjoyed it. Just, you know, a whole bunch of stuff that occurred, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in episode 61 to come when I sit down and watch and then do my review video afterwards. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did y'all think of episode 60 of the 1999 original version episode here? Let's talk about some things, and I will hopefully talk to y'all next time with another video to come soon. Peace, guys.